your go-to gal for all things health, fitness, diet, and happy living. How are you today? I'm doing great. Sorry I'm a little curly and messy. I just got out of the gym. It's a great workout. Not a lot of air conditioning, but it was still good. No such thing as a bad workout. So I want to talk to the ladies today, and because it's something I think that women are not readily, it's not something they're ever told. And it's about estrogen. Let's talk about estrogen. What is estrogen? Estrogen is what makes you a female, what makes you look female, what controls your reproductive system, including progesterone and two other hormones you don't really need to know about. But what happens during menopause to us? What's happening is you feel like you're losing your mind, right? And you think you're crazy. But what's happening is you're actually losing estrogen, not your mind. But there is hope, and it does level out. The hot flashes, all those things. So what's happening too is this. Do you know what this is? This is a representation of fat. This is a pound of fat, okay? This is 1 pound of fat. And where does it go? Right here. All around us, correct? Why? Why does this happen when we go through menopause? Why all of a sudden have we put on 10 pounds where we never had it before? I'm going to explain to you. As your body loses estrogen, your body wants estrogen. Okay? Estrogen is the calming hormone. Okay? It's what makes you, like I said, female, makes you a beautiful woman. But what happens is your body's looking for another way to find it. And if it puts on weight around your middle, it can get estrogen from fat. And that's why it happens. Because your body's still craving the estrogen. It's trying to normalize and balance your hormones, okay? So when you're going through menopause, and nobody ever told me about this. You know, I had to read about it. Unfortunately, my mother died at a young age, and I never really got to talk to her about these things. But I bring her up also because she died of breast cancer, which I'm going to get into in a minute. And it has to do with estrogen. Not always, but it can. So basically, what our body is trying to do is balance our hormones, our progesterone, our estrogen, trying to keep them level, okay? So we feel normal, we look normal, we act normal, we don't start going off the deep end. But what happens is, as those two hormones start to fall off during menopause, you're thrown out of balance. And that's why you're feeling everything you're feeling. The hot flashes, the mood swings. You can be crying 1 minute, laughing the next. It's almost like being pregnant, for those of you who have been pregnant. So there's also something that you need to know about called, now I'll tell you in a bit how to regulate those two things and get rid of all those symptoms that you're having. So the first thing you need to know is also that there are common imbalances that happen within our bodies as females. Lucky us. Guys, you don't get to go through this. I don't know why they call it menopause. They should call it womenopause, because you're kind of paused from your regular life for a little while. So common imbalances are things such as estrogen dominance that can happen during menopause, progesterone deficiency, thyroid dysfunction, and adrenal failure, or fatigue, I should say. And all these things, it's all these components that come into play that are controlling your mood and your body. So to level them out is a good thing. So symptoms of some of these things, maybe before you were in menopause: irregular periods, mood swings, weight gain, fatigue, brain fog. That's another huge one. And they're all real, ladies. Don't let anybody make you think you're crazy, because you're not. You're feeling all of that, and it's perfectly normal. But there's something we have to think about. There's such a thing as bad cholesterol. There's good cholesterol, There's good estrogen. Well, there's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol too. That's another talk. But there's good estrogen and there's bad estrogen. And it all depends on how well your body is metabolizing that estrogen and getting it out of your body. So your liver, very important organ in your body for detox, is responsible for getting rid of that estrogen, okay? And if it's not doing that correctly, you're going to be building up this bad estrogen in your body. And there's other ways to do that. But if it's not broken down correctly, it can you can wind up with quite a few estrogen-related illnesses, and even things like breast cancer. So it's very important to balance and get rid of that bad estrogen. I'm on a cholesterol kick today. So here's the thing with bad estrogen, though. Here's the problem. There's only so much we can control about it. I'm going to give you some examples. Say, for instance, there are factors in your life that you can change to bring down that bad cholesterol. I did it again. Bad estrogen level. Number one thing I'm going to tell you right now is get rid of the plastic bottles. The single-use bottle, you know, all the Poland Springs you got rattling around in your car, throw them all away. Get rid of the single-use bottle. Believe it or not, the plastics in those bottles jacks up bad estrogen, okay? I went out, I got Yetis, okay? Yeti's great. A Yeti is fantastic, okay? You could drop this thing off a 20-story building and it would still be fine. It's also a good weapon if you need it. I also, now this was all advice given to me by a naturopathic doctor, and it made a world of difference in my life. The Tupperware ladies, okay? Tupperware, get rid of it. I'm sorry if anybody's still a Tupperware woman out there, but you need to replace it all with glass. There's no more plastic, okay? There are chemicals within this plastic that revs up bad estrogen, okay? So another thing, environmental things, chemical things that could get into us that we're not even aware of. Put a shower filter, in your shower. I have a Culligan filter, filters out everything because you have to filter the shower water. It's covering your whole body, okay? So whatever's in that water, good or bad, is covering your body. You're gonna find your hair is a lot nicer too once you put it in. You can buy 3 on Amazon for $20. Okay, you have to get the special head where you can take it off and put the filter in, but they work, and it's a world of difference to get those things out of your body. Other environmental things, such as health and beauty products. Health and beauty products. See, I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna tell you. Health and beauty products have a lot of things called EDCs in them. Not all. But in this country, we're still allowed to use products with EDCs. It's called endocrine disrupting chemicals, all right? The endocrine system in your body is your glands, all right? All the glands in your body, which secrete all the hormones that your body needs. And these EDCs, if you use health beauty products that contain them, you can also be found in pesticides, all right? And a lot of personal care products. So you have to be really, really careful on what you put on and in your body. And a lot of times we're not aware of this. You know, we buy makeup or we buy hair care. Oh, it's natural, it's organic, and it's crap. So what I suggest you do, there's a website. It's an app, actually. It's called Yuka. Yuka.com. And you can scan any. Go to the supermarket or go to Target or wherever you shop and start scanning shampoos and conditioners. You're going to be horrified on what's good and what's bad. 99% of what's out there on those shelves is bad for you, and it rates them. It's a great app. It's fantastic. You can't do it with food, but maybe they'll come out with that app too. But you can do it with health and beauty products. All right. So what happens is these products, these EDCs, they mimic estrogen, all right? They mimic estrogen, and our body's hormones, including, you know, a lot of our hormones, they mimic, okay, including estrogen. So that's not good. So what does that do? Jacks up the bad estrogen. Liver can't metabolize it all, okay, and you can't get rid of it. So try Yuka out, Yuka.com, or just Yuka. Go to the App Store. I'll show you how it's spelled. Now, there's also something called dietary factors. All right, this is the one we all hate. High fat, high calorie diets jack up your bad estrogen. Okay, lean protein diet, very little fat. Okay, healthy fiber, things like that. Okay, the processed food. If you eat McDonald's, if you eat out a lot, not a good idea, okay? I'm talking like fast food, like junk. Okay, that includes Taco Bell and what's the other one? Chipotle. Everybody loves Chipotle. Chipotle is garbage. Anyway, I'll probably get in trouble with them too, but I don't really care. So they all contain additives and preservatives, and this all jacks up the bad estrogen. Okay. Here's the one I hate because I do enjoy wine. I do, but I have to keep it to a minimum. Heavy alcohol use, ladies, is going to also jack up that estrogen. Okay, and I know we like to. I'm as guilty as anyone. And in this crazy world that we live in now, with all the stress and all the always on the go, everybody likes to kick back with a couple, which is fine. A couple is fine, but more than that, it's probably not a good idea, unfortunately. How come all the fun stuff is like not good for us? It makes no sense. You'd think it would be the stuff that we enjoy would be good for us, but it's not. Anyway, so there's also something we have called phytoestrogens. So phytoestrogens, they're naturally occurring compounds. They're found in plants. And the biggest culprit, and I always tell women who are going through menopause to eat this, and it's the worst thing you can possibly eat when it comes to balancing estrogen. Soy. I want you to go to a supermarket. Next time you go to the supermarket, I want you to read the boxes on everything. I would say 99% of the products that if you buy that are processed contain soy lecithin. They use it as a filler. Okay, soy is cheap. That's why they use it. And what's happening is, if you're eating all this soy and you're not even aware of it, a lot of times you're not, because they're not telling you that it's in it. Unless you're reading labels, ladies, you'll have no idea. But you'll be surprised. And yes, and unfortunately, that includes edamame, which I love, but I don't eat it. Once in a while, maybe I'll have a few. But all you veggies out there, all you vegetarians, I'm telling you, you think it's a healthy diet. It's not. I was told this by a naturopath, a nutritionist, and what are they called? Anyway, I can't remember what it was called. Oh, a functional medicine doctor. I remember what that's called. But anyway, so the point being is, you don't want things that are going to jack it up, all right? And they always tell women, oh, take soy. It'll alleviate the symptoms because it mimics estrogen. No, it's the worst thing you can eat. The worst thing you can eat. I have a good friend who's a vegetarian, and I try and tell her this all the time, and she still eats soy. So to each their own. Hey, if you like the diet, her attitude is she doesn't eat anything with eyeballs, which I understand. I love animals to death. But if you see these teeth? Those are canines. They're for ripping and tearing, and not plants. Animal meat, okay? Not that I'm not all about the veggies. I am. I love the veggies. But certain ones you should stay away from. And soy is one of them. So try and get it out of your diet if you can. Now, it's not all bad, okay? It's not all bad. There are ways that we can turn this around, okay? I want to talk to you, though, about other things, too. Birth control. Hormone replacement therapy is probably the worst thing you can do for yourself as a woman trying to go through menopause. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's a horrible period of time, but it's that. It's a period of time. Even these bioidenticals, it's the same thing. All right, they're mimicking estrogen, and what's happening is a lot of them are jacking up your bad estrogen. All right, I'm as guilty. I took birth control when I was younger, not knowing the effects and everything, and what it was doing to my hormones. And it's HRT had been recommended to me going through menopause, and I said absolutely not. I'm not going to do it. And my mother said the same thing. Unfortunately, she wound up getting breast cancer anyway. Luckily, it is not hereditary for me. I was tested. Ladies, if you have it in your family, please get the genetic test, okay, for the BRCA gene. It's important. But these are all ways that you can probably avoid getting that illness and dying from it yourself, okay? She died 21 years ago. They didn't know as much as they know now. And hers wasn't estrogen-based. They think it was environmental. And so here's what you got to do. Your lifestyle's got to change. You can't be sedentary. I know you're tired when you come home. I'm exhausted when I get home from work. But the first thing I do is I don't come home. I go right to the gym, change my clothes, and I feel like $1,000,000 afterwards. Or take a walk around. I see a lot of women doing this lately, I have to say. I think on their lunch hour, they're walking around, the streets and everything, and I think that's great. You have to be active. Especially if you have a desk job, get off your ass and do something. You will feel so much better, okay? Once you get those endorphins going, you're wide awake. It's like having a second day in the same day, all right? And you feel fabulous. You feel fabulous. Instead of coming home, sitting on the couch and, oh, I'm so tired. You're not tired, okay? You're lacking oxygen is what's happening, all right? Exercise. You don't have to kill yourself at the gym for 3 hours, but do something. Limit the alcohol intake, okay? Drop the weight. Drop the weight. I know it's so hard. Around my middle right now, I have 5 pounds. Five of this that I'm trying to get rid of. Nearly impossible after menopause. But I'm going to do it because I put my mind to it. And you can too. So here's what you need to do. There's 2 products that I think you should look into, okay? Oh, I was also going to say, make sure you have no liver dysfunction, okay? Get your liver checked. See what your levels are. Make sure your liver is functioning correctly, okay? Because this can lead to it also, all right? And if you're drinking too much alcohol, your liver's not going to function properly. I can tell you that right now. Medications also clog up the liver, depending on what they are. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about castor oil packs and how to detox the liver, but I'm not going to get to that right now. So get that lifestyle changed. We don't want cancer, okay? Nobody wants cancer, and these are surefire ways to avoid it or to try and help. It's not all in our control, all right, because of the environments that we live in. However, there's a lot of it we can control. Get rid of the plastic, get the glass, throw out the plastic bottles, and first of all, that single plastic use thing, guys, you're just wasting resources, okay? It's wasteful. Buy yourself a bottle, get yourself a filter. I have an alkaline filter, and filter your water. You're going to save a fortune, too, on water, okay? You shouldn't have to pay for water in bottles when you have something like this. And, yeah, get the shower filter. Watch what beauty products you use. Go to Yuka. The app is called Yuka, okay? Use it. Go into the store and use it. It's very helpful. And if there's something poor, I put it right back on the shelf, okay? It will tell you what's good and what's bad. So here's what you should do. I can't tell you the exact amount, but I take something called DIM, D-I-M. And I think I take 500 milligrams a day, I believe. More so, I'll take more if I have a couple drinks. It's actually, think of it like 3 truckloads of broccoli, okay? Or any cruciferous vegetable. And they're stuffing it into one little tablet, all right? And what that does is it keeps your estrogen and your hormone levels even. Believe it or not, I don't know why it's cruciferous vegetables, but that's what works. So you're taking like truckloads of it in this one little pill, okay? You can't possibly eat enough broccoli to make it worth doing anything, all right? So you need the DIM. I also take something called chaste tree berry. Chaste tree berry is also known as Vitex castus, all right? And those 2 combined, you will see no more hot flashes. You will sleep better at night because your hormones will be in balance, okay? So if you do all these things, exercise, eat well, sleep. I know you hear it a million times, and I know it's hard in the lives that we have, but sometimes, ladies, you got to take care of yourself, okay? I always remember being on a plane, and I think I've mentioned this before, that in the event of a crash landing, what do you do with the oxygen mask? Do you put it on the child next to you, or do you put it on yourself first? Now, most of you would say you put it on the child first. Incorrect. You put it on yourself first, and then you can help the child. So, the moral of the story is help yourself first, and then you can help others. Okay? So, remember what I said. Get away from the plastic. Watch your beauty products. Watch what you eat. Watch your exercise. Take care of you because you're important to a lot of people. Me too. Okay? And remember that. Don't ever forget it. So, ladies, I hope this is helpful for you. I hope you enjoy. I hope you come back more. I have a lot more to say. And maybe I'll be straight-haired the next time you see me. I don't know. It's summer, and I just don't really care. But thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe, comment, please. And I'll see you soon. Love ya. Bye.